Hello everyone, welcome to Game 1 of Cruelbeans versus Colteor. This is Gravity 9+1. I'm joined here by Jozo Bozo. Hello Jozo.
Howdy, excited for this race. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, this sure looks to be an interesting matchup. Any
Yeah,
thoughts on
absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Cruelbeans, it looks like is one of the favorites here in the bronze bracket. But honestly, I think that in any given race, anyone can beat anyone else in this bronze bracket. There's a lot of even skill levels.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Any thoughts on the Gravity 9+1?
It's an interesting one to start with because you'll find a lot of the world pretty open. You're going to have to go through probably a lot of hell runs. So it can make it really difficult to figure out exactly where to go.
We might be seeing a Nevdimorph seed.
Well, for these runners' sake, I hope not.
Right, so we're starting off in Ocean. Quick reset. Oh, it's not. It's not a Nevdimorph seed.
But getting hit with a little hell run right off the bat. One thing that I've noticed with the Gravity 9+1 is you got to be careful of the hell runs because your 9 tanks can disappear quicker than you think.
Oh, for sure. It's very easy to think, oh, this is piece of cake, and then oh dear, no health. But both of the players managing to get the morph ball straight into a fight with BT.
For everyone in chat, make sure to follow our runners and follow the comms team if you care to as well. That would be great. Looks like we're going for the item down there. Oh, and we got a power bomb for Cruelbeans.
Yeah, that would be the first power bombs of the match.
That's nice to get. It's always a pain when you have a seed where you have to wait on explosives.
Agreed. But even just one pack of PBs might run out quicker than you think.
Nice job from Beans there. Double chamber can be a little difficult to get up if you don't have high jump or speed. So good on him for making quick work of it.
Yeah, that's a delayed wall jump off the I forget the name. Namia, is it? The thing that shoots the fireballs.
I get Namhaze and Funes mixed up.
That's it. Yeah, I was just trying to work out which one it was. But yeah, that can be a tricky wall jump. But Beans has been practicing a lot of the more difficult level seeds recently, so really shows when he comes to executing some of the more trickier and difficult tricks. Oh, looks like we have another major here at Sky Missiles.
Oh, made the first jump and dropped down.
I wonder what it's going
We
to
have
be.
to look.
We have the map. That's Tickles has got it face, guys. That's what they're called. Nice jump off the face, guys. Spring Ball.
And spring. Hmm.
So they're not going to get high jump for a while? Because they already have gravity suit. Hmm.
It was an interesting choice from Colteor to get that map because it did force him to reset.
Yep.
The information's really good.
Yeah, now he has to fight BT once more. Beans does have power bombs, so he can progress. Finds a reserve. And wave beam.
Right now, Beans has definitely got a little bit of a lead, but I wonder if Colteor is going to be able to make it up with all that information about Norfair.
Yeah, I agree. We could be seeing a quick catch-up here, because Beans is going to have to blind his way out of Norfair.
Well, that was an interesting reset from Beans there. He's gonna have to get
Wave.
Spring Ball
Spring
to
Ball.
wave again.
Yeah, not the greatest start to a seed. Colteor struggling a little with the wall jump you mentioned earlier.
I know that feeling too when your health is just ticking down. It gets harder.
It gets harder and harder. Yeah, maybe Beans needs to try and get some map info.
Yeah, with the way that Beans has been doing harder seeds, extreme seeds, I'm a little surprised that he didn't do the same strategy of going through X-ray hallway. Maybe he's going back. I don't know.
Will he grab the spring ball first? Oh, he's going to take a save.
Colteor gets the wave, but still hasn't picked up that spring ball.
They're about even now. You want to go over the picks and bans list while we're just getting started?
Oh, yes.
Some interesting choices.
Yes. So, Colteor vetoed Varia and movement, whereas Beans vetoed Metroids. Not surprising there with the veto of Metroids, because that has been a pretty nasty category during this tournament. Although that does mean that we have no objectives in play, which we haven't seen a lot of this tournament, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up between no objectives and Metroids, of which gives the worst seeds. But definitely we'll get to see them.
Yeah, I think I've seen worse Metroid seeds, but honestly, that's just a matter of the draw.
So for our next game, it's either going to be double suit or no objectives. And if we get a game 3, it will be the remaining mode. I feel like double suit also produces some pretty strange seeds too.
I'll be very curious to see what the next pick will be. I wouldn't be surprised if so Colteor has the next pick. Beans picked Gravity 9+1 here. I wouldn't be surprised if Colteor goes down one game that he would select no objectives. That's probably what I would do just for a high variance play.
Interesting. I don't know against Beans though. I don't think I'd pick no objectives. He kind of enjoys that.
Oh, fair enough. Maybe
Yeah.
it comes down to how they each feel about their movement as well.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable wagering anything on what game 2 is going to be. Not yet.
Certainly not. We're still exploring a lot. Now Colteor's over in Wrecked Ship. Beans gets the spring ball back. And honestly, myself here too, I'm not really sure where they should be going.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of major items.
I think Colteor is making a good choice there of going through the Metroid room. It can be scary to go through, but with that many tanks, that many power bombs, you can really take care of it. Colteor is in trouble here.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a bad situation.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Beans with a nice spring ball jump there to get through the pre-cathedral room.
Yeah, where is Beans going?
That is a good question. I haven't seen the map to know exactly what he saw.
He must have saw something.
He ended up going through a little bit of a nasty hell run to get over here. But that's the kind of thing that you have to do in Gravity 9+1. With that many tanks, you got to take some chances on the hell runs.
Yeah, for sure.
Ah, down in one of the sand holes, perhaps. Oh, he's going. Oh, he's going to grab those missiles there. He must feel good about his his crab clipping here.
Yeah, he's well practiced in the snail clip. Watch him not get it now. I've praised him. Technically not in logic without the X-ray, but it shouldn't stop Beans from doing it.
Not going to be a big payoff, just a couple missile packs, but that's always that can be helpful.
Stuck between two snails.
I've just given up on that to go get the major.
Right, what is going to be in the sandpit? Speed booster.
Ooh. I'm not sure what that'll put in logic, but it's always wonderful to get speed, because if you don't have speed, you're always worrying about when you're going to get speed locked.
Yeah, just one more thing he doesn't have to worry about, right?
And use it in Aqueduct to go get those missiles out. That doesn't help much, but
Doesn't have to play with the snails.
yeah, that's right from Barry, that it does. Speed definitely helps in just getting around. Although I have to say, I find the mechanics when you have speed but no high jump to be just horrible. It feels so wrong to have speed and not high jump.
Also, for anyone in the chat wondering, all 3 games are scheduled to take place today, back to back.
I have undying respect to those that can do 3 in a row. After doing 2 of them in a row, the seed bleed gets real tough.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be scheduling more than 1 game a day. Alright, Bean's just looking for where to go next. Maybe
It
it's time
looks
to
like
head over to Wreck Ship.
Yeah. Or did I see Bryn as well? Bryn over to the right?
You might have done.
Looked to me like Bryn was a little closer. I don't know if it's accessible, but yep, Bryn's right up there.
So what would you be doing about now? Going to Brinstar or going back to Wreck Ship? Just to get it out of the way.
I think that since Bryn is right there, I would probably go to the closer one, although Wrecked Ship is probably smaller. It looks like Beans is going for Bryn's Star. Be curious to see what we can find there.
I think that's the better play here, because looking over at Colteor, Wreck Ship doesn't seem to be paying off.
Yeah, it definitely made sense, I think, for Colteor to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that we have the benefit of knowing that there's Brinstar also accessible over on the other side, and that it doesn't look like there's a lot over here in Turian or Wrecked Ship. Looked like Turian is opening up a little bit more for Colteor. Might be able to get the item over in green Bryn Shaft here.
Oh,
and
we
lots
have
of
our
doors
first boss.
Oh. See, this is the situation in which picking up those missiles in Aqueduct is very helpful. Much better to have.
First supers.
Ooh, supers.
Yeah, much better to have 20, right?
Nice little grab jump there from Colteor.
He's got to be careful with his health, though.
This is exactly the situation I feel like I always run into, and I fear in Gravity 9+1. You just think you're invincible, and then bit by bit your energy goes down until you're left with nothing, and then it takes a long time to farm back up.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of minutes here.
Nice Fantoon from Beans.
I think it's already dead, Beans. You can stop shooting. But that should get us the map, and we should have some Brinstar information.
I think I saw two majors there, and maybe at the bottom of Big Pink, and then another up to the top right. I forget the name of the room, but
It's more than I saw. So trying to keep up with chat.
a lot to keep track of.
Colteor looking like he's farming the mini crate and the pirates. Into Big Pink.
I am curious if Beans is going to be able to pick up some supers soon, because that is really the advantage that Colteor has right now. Oh, and there they are.
There they are. Right on time. Do we have any bosses in this area?
I didn't see any others besides Fantoon and Brinstar.
Yeah, Colteor hasn't found anything either, right? No, I think he found Ridley.
I didn't catch that.
I saw 2 vertical X's on his map.
Stands to reason then.
I think maybe Rick Chip. Interesting setup here with the wave beam for the green gate.
Two nice little tricks there at the same time. The grab jump from Beans and the green gate glitch from Colteor.
Oh,
And
things just start looking better and better for Beans.
and there is one more major over there. Actually, I think that's the room where there's 2 items, so it could be 2 majors. You never know.
Just charging plasma just to finish it off.
I would feel just so badly for Colteor if it was both of those.
Yeah, Torian and Rick Chip is one of those zones. If you don't go there, it's gonna have all the good stuff, and if you go there, it's gonna be desolate. There's Ridley in Wreck Ship.
Yep. Yeah, so Beans is definitely in the lead now. The Brinstar Gambit paid off.
Grapple beam.
I think we already saw Pants Room, so I don't think that's going to do much for Beans, but doesn't hurt to have.
It could help with the Dragon kill and maybe some farming. We're about to see what major was in the early supers room for Colteor. Oh, it's not the early supers room, my mistake. The Edekun's. But it was high jump.
High jump is nice, but definitely with gravity already, it doesn't quite pack the punch that it does when you need to get suitless through water rooms.
Yeah, it's not a great find. Given they start with gravity soon. But it is nice to have.
That's been the difference between Wrecked Ship and Turian versus Brinstar. Colteor has gotten some things that are nice, but Beans has gotten Varia and speed.
Yeah, he
There's a
also
lot of
has more missiles too now, right?
there was a lot of X's on the east side of Brinstar that Beans chose to go by. So he's maybe just hoping to do a charge speed, but just a notable choice there.
Maybe he'll pick them up on his way out of the zone. We'll find out.
They were on the far side, so I can understand maybe thinking, I just want to get out of Brinstar and I'm going to
Right.
skip them, but there's probably 5 or 6 X's over there.
Um, so that could be an issue if Colteor catches up and collects ammo along the way and Beans doesn't find Charge Beam. I think right now that's probably about Colteor's best hope, unless things suddenly go very badly.
Yeah, it looks like Beans is going to head over to Wrecked Ship now, and with a much better loadout than Colteor, so probably going to be able to clear that out even quicker. This is definitely one of those feeds where I can identify with Colteor, and I think I might have done the exact same thing down to Wrecked Ship. And you can't know that just wasn't the right choice, it looks like.
It's always the same, right, Wreck Ship? If you don't go, you should have gone. If you go, you shouldn't have.
It's always the opposite of my choice. I don't know if it holds for everyone else, but whatever I choose, it'll be the opposite.
I agree. But it's right there on the map, right? You can see that little W. Saying, please come and explore me.
I mean, I think it made absolute sense for Coltier to do that, and the only reason that
Sure.
Beans did Rin was that he just found himself over on that side of Norfair.
Yeah, I think he did a little hell run, right, to get go get a major, which was probably speed booster.
Yes, to go over to Aqueduct and then
Yeah.
go down the yeah. That's the kind of hell run that you get to do when you're doing Grav 9+1.
Meridian.
That's kind of what a difficult category, because you don't usually think of doing those hell runs so easy. Silly.
You're running into a bit of a problem there.
No ice, or the ice would put that room in logic. You can do the mock Troid clip.
Yep. No ice, no speed.
So all of this is definitely reading to me like Brinstar was the logic. Go pick up your Varia to make it through some of these hell runs. Pick up your speed to make it into Meridia.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot in Torian either.
It looked to me that Colteor has been a little more purposeful about picking up X's, so up to 15 supers, which gives you some flexibility to grab a few X's here or there, and you can find yourself with 30 pretty quickly, which is what you're going to need for Ridley.
Yeah, Colteor might be getting some more supers.
There they are. You don't have to worry about the difficulty of Ridley too much in this mode because with 9 tanks, it's going to be pretty straightforward. But having 30 missiles and watching Ridley just melt is it's quite a satisfying experience.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Beans has found Ridley yet. I assume not.
I don't think so because Ridley was up on the north side of wrecked ship.
Just saying he
Merc
has.
and
So if he's seen Ridley, then maybe he'll start collecting or trying to collect some more ammo. Oh, what do we have here? Quite a few X's in Torian. We know that Major's high jump.
high jump is also nice for making the Ridley fight a little easier. It's not a necessary item by any means, but also will help Beans to navigate the map.
Now he knows that Major isn't charge beam, he's probably going to start collecting all these X's. I don't know, do you think...
Definitely.
Yeah, would you start playing for the X's now, or would you keep holding out for the charge?
I would definitely be playing for the X's. If you know where Ridley is, especially when Ridley's up at the top of wrecked ship, which feels pretty remote. I would definitely be thinking, how am I going to get a solution to Ridley? And if there's lots of X's, that's the best way to find the solution.
Beans isn't that far away from a solution. I mean, he can use power bombs too. He does have various, so there isn't a strict limit on how long you can be in the room for.
That is a good. Ooh,
Dragon Crate, Mother Brain. That is the rest of the game right there.
yeah, and several majors, which
At least 3.
4 majors.
4.
I'm pretty
5.
confident. Oh, I don't. Oh, just everything.
just everything is in Meridia.
Well, if Beans picks up enough supers, goes straight up to Ridley, and then finishes off in Meridia, he's going to walk into nearly the god route on this seed.
Yeah, just stumble onto everything else. Oh, there he goes, straight into Meridia. And it looks like he's going for the map. Bean's about to discover the rest of the game.
And when Beans discovers this, then he knows where everything is, and his uh, his goal becomes finding that Ridley solution, going taking care of it, and then cleaning up in Meridia.
Colteor running across X-ray. I don't think that's what he was looking for.
I am curious what Colteor will do now because he's got the supers for Ridley, but he doesn't know where Fantoon is.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see if Beans is going to quickly try and peek some of these mages, see if he can get charge.
I think with the map, that's what I would expect. Although no, it looks like he's going for the X's, so he might be trying for the ammo kill.
But another major coming up for Colteor. Plasma beam. So plasma also here in Meridia.
I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure that one of the majors in Meridia will also be charge. But
Yeah.
honestly, Colteor, even if they get it, they don't know this, but they would have to go all the way back over to Brinstar, all the way across the map to Fantoon.
Beans avoiding X-ray on purpose. Deliberate avoidance.
Saved that 2 seconds.
I think he spent longer jumping over it than just picking it up. He's gonna pick it up now anyway. And he's only one super pack away from, well, he could technically do Ridley right now. And the criteria map is a bit of a journey, but it looks like he wants to ship info.
Colteor is struggling a little bit with the mock ball at early supers.
Yeah, he doesn't have speed booster, right?
Nope. You can get it from in the room.
Yeah, you can do it.
I don't know if you can you do it from the bottom like that. Whenever I need to do it in room, I do it just from the top platform.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I do it from the top as well. There's more runway for a shot up. Maybe he doesn't know this.
Certainly, the room to the left there with the frogs makes it a little because it dips down a little bit right before the door. It makes it awkward to do the jump into and mock ball, but it should be able to do it.
This is why you practice backup strats.
Oh, we're gonna get a high five here in the early supers room.
Oh, so close. I thought they'd got the mock ball then. Beans with the quick drop. Oh, they got it. Colteor's free.
Beans doesn't know it, but it felt a little cruel to just run through with speed after Colteor struggled.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd just show us how to do the in-room mock wall, but he has Speed Booster.
He's not listening to comms, clearly. Ugh.
On to Dragon. Looks like we're gonna get a double Dragon.
These are going to be very different fights, though, because Beans has the grapple, and the earlier mentioned grapple is going to pay off well here.
Yep, Dragon already down. Oh, and Colteor doesn't even have Speed Booster, right?
Nope. Although Colteor does have enough supers to make this a not terribly long fight.
Down to 6 supers.
Well, I'm glad we got to see some Dragon spanking. There's been a lot of Spore Spawn DLC and Kraid DLC. I'm glad that in the tournament we got some spanking too.
So Beans just found some power bombs. Reset. Still after one more super pack just to make things easier. Do you think he'll go back to Ridley now, or what is he gonna do?
That would be my guess because Kraid is right next to Mother Brain, so you can just finish that off you can finish off Kraid when you're going to Mother Brain, and you have to figure that Beans will be able to pick up major supers on the way, but he might be going for
Yeah,
a
it
major
looks like
first.
he's going out of the way just to check the major.
You just had to do the opposite of what I said right as I say it.
Yeah, and it's Spazer. And there was nothing else. I think that's going to be a. It's easy keeping the Spazer. You must feel it's quicker than resetting.
You might just recognize that Spazer's the best beam.
Oh, that is, of course, a valid reason too. He's a Spazer aficionado.
Sadly, at this point, the race looks a lot closer than it is because Colteor doesn't have that Fantoon kill yet. I really wish we were in this position with Colteor having already gotten Fantoon.
Oh yeah, if he had the speed, the Phantom, the fire, this would be so close. But I assume at least one of these X's is going to be supers. There they are. And 60, 30, 10, that should be enough ammo.
I feel like when I'm in that position, I have that much ammo. I check one more major over by Mother Brain, and it's always charged.
That's usually how it plays out. So, doesn't look like we have a lot of game left. Bean's in a very strong position to take down Ridley.
Criteria. I forgot criteria even existed.
Yeah, I just realised Colteor's not even been here yet, but Beans has already explored this area a little.
Did Beans get the map in?
I don't think he got the
Criteria
map, but I think he found the ship.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that sounds vaguely familiar to me.
Colteor will be getting
Oh,
the
yeah.
map.
Colteor probably disappointed that this isn't Dragon.
Okay,
Sorry, isn't Phantom.
Maybe Beans did get the map then, and it's just a very small criteria.
All right, there we go. Beans with a very nice, quick Ridley kill. There's nothing quite like an ammo Ridley kill. You can just make him melt.
Colteor eyeing up that spacer beam. Doesn't know it's spacer yet, but it is. Yeah, not going to Brinstar is really punishing Colteor now. And it's nothing, no fault of his own, it's just the way the game decided to place all the items.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you just feel for the runner because that he had no reason to go all the way across the map to Bryn, and is doing pretty well with having made the choice to go to wrecked ship first. But it just didn't work out quite the way we wanted.
Colteor not picking up the spacer beam.
I'm sure chat will let us know which of the two runners, each of the all of us appreciate the one that skipped Spazer or the one that got the Spazer. strong feelings about Spazer.
Yeah, as you were saying though, this watching this back later would be pretty devastating when you see the other player goes to Brimstone, just gets everything you were looking for. If Beans had have gone the same way to Wreck Ship, I think it'd be pretty close.
I think so too. I think Colteor has done well with their route, and it makes me excited for game two as well because I think that these runners are pretty close, and we will have some more good races in us.
Yep, this is only game one, so there is game two and potentially a game three after.
So if you're enjoying this one, stick around for game two coming soon, and there's a lot of other map rando multi-category races happening this week in the gold and the bronze brackets especially. Beans making their way back down to Mother Brain and Kraid right now down in Meridia. That does mean that we're getting pretty close to the point where we play everyone's favorite game, which is predicting the escape time. Looks like it's going to be a pretty short escape. I'm gonna guess that it is short, maybe around 1:15. That's gonna be my guess. A real short one.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. 1:15. It's a short hop right down to Criterion. The ship is right there. I'm gonna go with 69 seconds. It's my favorite recently.
Nice.
I'll call it a minute 10. You have a 1:30 and a 55 in chat.
Nice Kraid quick kill with the four supers. No Kraid LC, the people will revolt. Beans is thinking about how to do the Zeb skip right now. They're gonna have to do the speed Zeb skip here. Or just
But just
kill the Zebs.
just use some of that ammo to spend time collecting.
Yeah, a tournament match is definitely not the time when you want to practice something that you aren't confident about. Especially with the speed Zeb skip. I've only been practicing that a little myself, but I've noticed I think sometimes I've gotten stuck inside of the wall. I don't know if that's a common thing or if it's a lock when you do that. But of course, avoiding a lock would be nice. A good crystal flash there from Colteor. Thanks for the tip, Tickles. I'll have to try that next time. Nice that Beans found a good farm here. I know the feeling on another good farm. It, when you have to break the glass and kill the Zebs at Mother Brain and then go out and find ammo and farm, it's one of the worst feelings. You're just waiting for your opponent to hit finish on the race timer.
I'm sure Beans is keeping a close eye on that race room timer right now. He's having to sit there farming. Is he gonna finish? Was this a bad idea? But I think Colteor took a reset then in Wasteland, so didn't get to keep the major. We're gonna have a sub-hour seed.
Don't get that comms curse on Beans.
It's nothing to do with us. Right, it does look like Colteor might run into charge over here in the crumble shaft. No, it's ice.
There was another major lower in criteria.
Yeah, there's one more, right?
It could be any number of things, though.
Screwer, space jump. I think the only others we've not seen, right? 1 out of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's space.
So where's
of course Colteor doesn't know where speed is either, so that's I'm sure that's a bad feeling to find that. Oh, 50-second escape. Wow. Quick one.
Oh, Colteor has charge, apparently.
I always personally dislike seeing a short timer. I think when there's a short timer, you have a little bit less flexibility. Like it's a little bit of a tighter escape. But it looks like it's going to be no problem here for Beans.
Yeah, the shudder escapes do tend to be a bit more down to the wire. But yeah, not a problem for Beans.
GG for Beans. Let's get those GGs in chat for Beans winning this first of the best of 3. Hello, and welcome back for game 2 of this best of 3 bronze bracket match between Cruelbeans and Colteor. I'm Chozo Bozo, and my co-commentator here is NN.
Hey dude, welcome back.
Now, I'm very excited for this match because it was Colteor's choice, and they chose no objectives, which can be a really high variance format. It could be really easy, could be simple, straightforward, or it can be a bear. So I'm very excited to see what we're going to get. Honestly, I have to say I understand the pick from Colteor too. If I'm down, I would also pick a mode with high variance like Metroids or no objectives, not to give away my own strategies. Nice to find Big Pink. You know, you're going to pick up some items. Morph.
Yep, synchronous morph will pick up there.
The
Do you have any
energy tank
thoughts
for
on
Cruelbeans.
no objectives, personally? Are you a fan?
I struggle with no objectives. It's you really have to like rewire your head a little bit, because you're no I in a normal seed or a normal mode or even all of the non-Metroid modes. I'm always just thinking of Ridley. Ridley's the big gate. But in no objectives, you have to rewire your brain and stop thinking about Ridley.
Yeah, no objectives is one of those modes where as soon as you see Mother Brain, the panic sets in.
And also, likewise, if you're not finding Mother Brain, you're also panicking.
That is true.
So either way, I'm panicking, although that might say more about me than the category.
No, I think it's pretty universal.
I like that we've got Cruelbeans' camera now on the save early, save often. A good reminder.
Right, this looks like
Well,
it's going to be
thus
a bit of a
far,
slow
it
start.
seemed to be a pretty straightforward logic. They got Morph, went up to get the power bombs, then back down to the bottom of Big Pink to get supers. A number of super doors for them to try.
Not that one.
Oh, that. I just hope that it's not a bowling required seed. I've seen a few of those lately in the map rando community.
Yeah. No objectives, but we're going to have to do Ridley. We're going to have to do fan turn. We're going to have to do bowling. Quite possible. spring ball.
A nice pickup for a Colteor.
I wonder where.
I also would have gone that way. When picking up power bombs, the first thing that comes to my mind with power bombs is the bottom of Big Pink. And that's where Colteor has picked up that spring ball.
Yeah, it looks like Beans wanted to explore the super door options first. Not really finding a lot.
Ooh, cutting it a little close there, Colteor. Nice mock ball under pressure there to get through. All right, what do we have here in Norfair? That major at the bottom of bowling is in logic. You have to take out the super block in Big Pink by getting right up to a scroll block, but it's in hard logic, so that might be the next major.
Yeah, they do get supers and PBs, right?
They have both. Colteor knows that strat. Oh, be careful.
Beans coming to the map the totally opposite way to Colteor.
Oh, Colteor. Oh, it's stressing me out. Honestly, I would just waste a power bomb to... Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a rough death for Colteor, but it hasn't come back empty-handed. Has the map info, which isn't nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean it's been 7 minutes, but we haven't really gone very far or picked up very much.
Colteor is going to be able to pick up the morph, the PBs, the supers pretty quickly.
Curious where Beans decides to go next.
I am surprised that neither of them, Beans in particular, isn't going for that item at the bottom of bowling. But maybe Beans sees something that I missed. Oh, he may have seen the spring ball here. Yeah, the wrecked ship shaft.
Is he gonna take the save as well? No.
Going to do the spring ball jump to get the Batoon E-Tank hallway item, which we know is an X.
Oh, Colteor, gotta be careful with this acid. Actually, Bean's carefully considering his options. What would you do in this situation?
It is a complicated map too. You've got Criteria, you've got Turian, you've got Wreckship, you've got Brinstar, you've got a few majors and some difficult to get places. I don't blame either of them for the Albert pause.
Hmm? What are your initial thoughts? What would you be doing about now?
I mean, I would be going for that major in bowling, and then evaluating from there. It looked like Bryn is going to be simple to get through. It's at the top of Wrecked Ship. All right, Colteor is going for the bowling item here. Oh. Now, people have different setups for doing this, but I go right, yep, oh, I go right there next to that squiggly little thing coming up from the ground there. And if you line the front of Samus's cannon up with that, jump up, shoot your super, it's going to hit the block.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, Eddie has a nice setup for this. But I do the same setup as you do.
Oh, there we go. Yep, Colteor just got it right at about that same spot.
It seems like this is the path to progression, though it requires supers and PBs.
And it's one of those strategies, I think, doing hard logic you learn. Oh, and it's just basic. So at this point, I might try going to Brinstar. Brinstar is up at the top left of Big Pink. It looks relatively simple to get to, and it's close to Colteor and Cruelbeans.
Will Beans be keeping the Spazer Beam? Placing bets. I should imagine so, he's got nothing else.
It would show a high level of disrespect for Spazer if Beans chose Pea Shooter over Spazer. That super strat in Big Pink is in hard logic.
Yeah, it does come up quite often. That's true.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those that pretty early on in trying out hard logic seeds, I got punished by, so had to learn it. Colteor grabbed Ring Ball.
Yep.
And I'll be curious actually what both of them are doing. I thought Beans might be going to Brinstar there, but passed it by.
I would be tempted to go check the major in the sand pit and then go to Torion, hope it lives back.
Yeah, it never hurts to, if you have a save nearby, it doesn't hurt to check those sand holes.
Yeah, get a bit of information, but I think the sensible play would be go to Brinstar. And that map is far away.
So Colteor just went down the wrecked ship shaft there. If he didn't have supers, then then Spazer would have put that in logic. It's one of the few things that Spazer can actually unlock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Spacer will break some blocks. Another speed
Not to
lock.
cast aspersions on Spazer, but that's about all it's good for.
We're starting to see a little bit of divergence between the two players.
Just like last game,
Yep.
we've got Cruelbeans deciding to go to Bryn and Colteor deciding to go to Wrecked Ship. Let's see what pays off this time.
Yeah, they're the same areas too, right? It doesn't look like this Brinstar has a lot of places for Beans to go, though. Saw the Chorus shaft.
Wow. That Bryn is a little. So Colteor, I hope Colteor saved early and saved often, because I'm not going to make it back out of that crumble shaft.
As an odd-looking wrecked ship.
Yes, very. You get some interesting looking ones in map Rando, but there is that major there, and Colteor is going to go down for it.
I don't think Beans has been up the top of the shaft yet.
He has. Up there is Metroid Room 4.
Right. And up to the right was the Decorus, so.
I'm going to
Looks like
try the
it's-
Metroid Room. This room is a nasty one.
Yeah, it's so easy to get grabbed.
I just played a seed where I got convinced that I had to go through Metroid Room 4, so I spent about 30 minutes dying there, so I learned how hard it can be.
Yeah, the seed won't expect you to go through that room with the current loadout.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, Beans knows that too, but he was probably just hoping Brinstar would pay off like he did the last game.
I think also knowing that he had that pivot save back in Norfair, he figured, oh, I'll give it a shot. If I die, I'm going to reset anyway.
Yeah, Beans making good use of the strategic save points.
Beans' save game has improved since the earlier round.
Most definitely. We're gonna get a look at that major now, though. On Colteor's side, and it's Ice Beam.
Ice. So Ice, then, that puts Metroid Room 4 in logic. So I wonder if that's the move now.
Yeah, it should make getting through that Metroid room a little easier.
Although if that is logic, then if Beans could have gotten through there, he could have gotten got a good payoff from that. It's a lot of could haves, and should haves and maybes, but
And what else?
where my head goes.
Well, ice is nice, right?
Absolutely. Opens up a lot, and also you don't have to worry about Mother Brain and Zebs anymore. Got your Zeb skip figured out.
Red Beans opting to explore before he goes down for that map, realizes he might not be able to get back.
So Beans has a little bit more information about Brinstar. I don't know if there's anything else that Colteor is going to be able to pick up in Norfair now with ice.
There are a few past the wrecked ship, so might be heading that way next.
Maybe Colteor will take you up on your strategy of checking out one of the sand holes.
Victorian, sorry, not wrecked ship.
I don't remember all of the logic around the sand holes, but I think ice can help you to get through one of them with the Evirs.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in hard logic though. I think Brinstar's probably the most sensible play. Colteor getting that ice beam saved.
It does look like Colteor's wrecked ship play worked out better this match. Not it didn't pay off quite the way that Beans's Brinstar play paid off in the first match, but nonetheless, they have a little bit of a lead here, I would say.
Yeah, maybe a slight. It depends. They've still not got this Bottoon E-Tank item. And then it all depends on where they go next. Pretty close, because Beans is going to get this ice beam. It's just, I think it's just too early to tell.
Yeah, some good notes in the chat there. I would guess that Beans goes back to the Metroid Room 4. I'm not certain, but I think so. And then I really enjoyed Barry's comment there. Impossible to say with no objective. I think I'll just keep on saying that. That will be my commentary. Impossible to say with no objective.
Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. But yeah, it looks like Colteor is checking out the item in the sandpit. Or was trying to.
And they have to go back over to the sandfall there to. Oh no, never mind. They don't have even high jump boots, so they're stuck down there.
Yep.
Night.
But with Beans already seen that Metroid room and just picking up ice, I think it's a pretty big hint where it should be going next. Also, he did favour Brinstar in the first game.
That sand pit item though is not going to be in logic in hard. You'd have, even if you got up, I think you still have to break free to get up there, right?
Yep.
And break free is not hard logic.
Looks like we're going towards criteria for Colteor.
Beans going back up. It definitely looks like Beans is going back up to Brinstar. Just forgot the way there for a moment.
Once again, we've got Brinstar versus the other zones. Nice clip through the blocks there for Beans.
Beans saving early, saving often. Like Beans has really nicely used the saves in these matches so far. Taking good saves to use as pivots to then go back if he doesn't find anything useful.
Yeah, definitely.
Criteria is really opening up for Colteor. There's a lot to explore there. I think that if this turns out not to be progression, then that save was probably worth it. Quick draw. But I have a feeling that progression is up there in Brinstar. In which case, yeah, Beans won't be using the save. Oh, the second. Yeah, sorry. Yep, I agree.
Oh, he took 2 saves, did he?
Nice job getting through the blue hoppers. Ooh, the death there for Colteor. Knocks him all the way out of criteria back to Norfair save.
Yeah, this is looking a bit rough for both players, right? Brinstar's not looking very easy to get through. That's Main Street. But he does have ice and spring ball. But no high jump. Maybe Torian is the play?
I don't think so though, because you can't get, there's no return path.
Well, none that we've seen so far.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, sometimes even in tricky, there can be difficult to see return paths.
Yeah, was it the community race? Or, I forget. Recently there was a race that stumped everyone because the logic was some weird big pink one way, then a giant return.
Yeah, occasionally it'll get you even with the tricky setting. Might have been the community race. That one was wacky for a variety of reasons.
I think Beans is.
There was a
following.
lot. Sorry.
Yep. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wish we could see more of Criteria because Colteor gave us a little bit of it, and it looked like a big area, lots of doors to try. So I'm curious if there's something more to explore or find over there.
I think you'll get to find out. It looks like Beans is heading the same way as Colteor did.
Oh, very nice D boost from
Yeah, nice
Beans.
damage first. Yeah, a little more energy tanks than Colteor, right? So we should be able to see a bit more of this map.
If the answer does turn out to be in Turian, then you'll have to take a victory lap because you did call that earlier, much earlier. When I was saying go to Bryn, you were saying check out Turian.
I mean, they have ice, which just put Red Tower in logic, so I'd expect this progression this way. But you never know. I just saw Torian Super Door. They picked up supers.
I think the Metroid Room 4 was a real red herring. Nothing much up there to do right now, I think.
Yeah, there's just nothing to do, right? Let's hope Beans can get a bit further into Criteria, get some more info. Do you know where it was Colteor died?
I don't know exactly, but he did come up this way through Red Tower.
Right. Yeah, I saw him ice climbing the bugs. So. And this game mode was Colteor's pick, right?
Yes, it was.
I wonder if he gets to the stage where his wishes it'd have been double suit instead. Probably around here where Colteor died, right? Because yeah,
Oh,
a lot of heat.
Bean's got that save. If you can get to the item here, that would be great information.
Yeah, he's coming through this room with an extra reserve tank as well. So. The farm here.
Nice to find mini Kraid. Farm.
I'm not sure what Colteor's thinking right now. Looks like he decided to back out of Brinstar.
Oh, disappointing. Just some missiles for Beans.
Yeah, all that farming to check that item, and it's just a missile. Oh, it is his first missile pack, so. Oh, nice E-tank there for Colteor.
Yes, but whoa, there's Ridley.
Not required, Ridley, but there we go.
Well, we'll see. Don't
We'll
speak
see.
too soon.
Is the map station behind Ridley? Is it required? I think the ship might be just along here.
That energy tank for Colteor is really nice because there have been quite a number of hell runs, especially over in Criteria.
Oh dear. Looks like we might have to go for Ridley.
Some nice clean movement from Beans there. I mean, wasn't ever in much trouble, but it's just cool to see some nice movement.
You're going back to Main Street.
I have to say, to some extent, I identify with what's happening with Colteor because I see that Metroid room and I think, I have ice. Progression should be over here.
It looks like the map is behind Ridley. Unless there's some wild loop to the right.
Feels like it wouldn't truly be a no objectives speed without something bonkers like a map behind Ridley.
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. Where's the ship? Is it off to the left?
That would be my guess. I mean, the amount of energy that Beans has too, they'll have to farm up and then maybe they can get through a single chamber. I think that's what I would be thinking next, though, to try to explore. Nice gate glitch from Beans.
Yeah, this seems pretty rough.
The red door behind the power bomb block
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been checked.
Yeah, the middle bit. Yeah, I think that might lead over to the ship.
It'll almost certainly lead into single chamber, but easier. Well, lose less health, less energy going this way. Well, Beans is looking back in Norfair, but they took a save not that long ago. I think that it could be a good idea to just go through Gauntlet there, especially because single chambers on the other side, and you can farm PBs off of the Alcoons. Is that Alcoons? Regardless, you can farm power bombs in there pretty easy if you need to.
Yeah, Colteor took a double reset, right? And reverted the save twice, so... not sure what else they can do, right? I mean,
Isn't there another entrance to Crateria?
I think
Is that where they're going?
I think there's several, right? At least two.
Oh no,
Oh dear,
Colteor!
Colteor's is not getting through that room. No fire escape 3. And no Torian escape 3. 4, 3. Gravity suit. Interesting, that puts Main Street in play.
Gravity opens up a lot, but certainly Main Street back up in Brinstar.
We have the sandpit item too. That was a major down there.
Yep.
Which leads into Torian. I don't think we saw it, did we? I know Colteor went into the sandpits, but I think he got stuck in the sand.
We have not seen that item yet. That could
seen
very
the
well
room.
be progressed.
It's in the room, just not the item.
Well, it looks like Colteor is still going to go back after picking up the untimely death there, but go back over for the item in the right side of, or the left side of Norfair, which we know now is gravity, so good move.
Yeah, it just opens up so much of the seed. Right? I have to make a play for it. I've not seen Bean save yet.
If I remember correctly, coming back this way, yeah, they're going to high five right here. And just on the other side of Batun E-Tank hallway, there'll be another save. Oh, no, maybe Beans is...
He's just going for it. And
But he went down the wrong...
He's gone down the wrong one.
Not the most costly mistake. He'll be able to go up and around quickly. It's one of those mistakes, though, that in a race you're just cursing yourself for doing.
I think he's found the right hole this time. Right, finally get to see the item. It's Speed Booster.
I think that's... Wasn't Speed Booster in the same place the last seed?
And Wave Beam.
Oh, and Wave. Wow.
We saw Dakora Shaft too in Brinstar, right? Oh, Colteor having a bad time. Yeah, immediately checking the map. Looking over Brinstar. I think we might see Beans go back to Brinstar here. Or is he just gonna... No, he's gonna go Torian.
Lots to check here in Turian. Lots of items. We got early supers there, and the map.
Oh, there's Mother Brain.
I counted at least 3 majors there, too.
Yeah, I think this seed finally, all of a sudden, just opened up.
Oh, that's what gravity can do, and it's a shame, too, because Colteor was close over there twice to picking up gravity.
Oh, he's abandoned his attempt for gravity? That's a shame.
Yeah, back up at Bryn.
We get to see all the things Beans can do with that gravity suit. I'm still quite away from having the ammo or anything to finish the seed with unless they find charge.
Still a lot of majors to find, too. We don't know if it's going to be Varia or X-Ray.
Yeah, we need ammo, tanks.
Varia could well be over here in Turian. I do wonder though if well, we have speed. I do wonder actually if progression is in Main Street.
Yeah, we also saw Dakora Shaft, right? In Brinstar as well.
Yeah, right.
Welcome on to Nevdi and his followers raiding the channel. This is game number 2, Colteor's pick of no objectives. Been a rough start, but Bean's finally making some progression.
Yep, Bean's picking up the charge there, which is absolutely huge.
Yep, nice find for Beans.
Yep, that is go mode, and of course we now know that Mother Brain is down here. And oh wait, we don't because
might need a few tanks first.
Yep.
We did see Beans
With only without Varia, you need to have stick tank to tank the rainbow beam from Mother Brain. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to check the majors because if it's Varia, then that means that Beans has enough tanks. He has the 3 tanks, but in order to tank Mother Brain's rainbow beam with 3 tanks, you need to have Varia as well.
I think you should go back to Brinstar.
Okay, he's looking around. I was a little worried there for a moment that he was going to go to Mother Brain.
Oh, we saw that on his last matchup. I don't know if you saw those races.
Oh no, I didn't.
He broke the tank of Mother Brain, and we were thinking quite early on in the match. We were thinking, is this some big brain play? Does he know something we don't? Is he going to break the tank and then come back later? But he thought it was no Mother Brain too, and he wasn't. So Mother Brain stood up and he had to reset. So I think he had one E tank and no suits.
Oh, that has to be the worst feeling too when Mother Brain stands up when you don't expect it.
Yeah, but I think that's what he said in the post-race comms. He said, I thought, yeah, I'm cooking, I've got this. Then she stood up and he was like, oh dear. So I hope we don't get a repeat.
Oh no.
I think we're going to get a repeat.
Oh no.
So anyone that didn't see his previous match, you might be
Oh,
in for
he figured it out.
He's figured it out. You're not going to say a repeat. No objectives, no Mother Brain too. But I mean, it's easy to get confused in a race with all these crazy modes.
I think especially between no objectives and Metroids, a lot of the time when I have no objectives, I assume that I don't have Mother Brain 2 as well.
Yeah, they both have no in the title, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's way too confusing.
That's it. There's no. That's it. We can just kill Mother Brain. But I think the last match when he did the same thing, I think it was probably one E tank and two reserves. So pretty much same loadout.
All right, so what are we gonna have here?
Well, this is a major item.
Yep.
Aria.
Aria, wow.
Okay.
Well, he is in go mode now. Gonna go back to Mother Brain. Colteor made it back over to Criteria.
I did say he should have gone to Oriana about 40 minutes ago, and he could have picked up the charge for Aria and Plasma.
Would he have been able to get out of the fish tank here?
Good point. I think he had speed at the time. I can't remember. I might play the seed later.
I actually was playing with Cruelbeans a night or two ago, and he can do some pretty nasty strats to get through a fish tank. So maybe he could have done it.
Yeah. He's definitely been playing a lot of the harder difficulty levels recently. Helps to kill the Vuitton.
I do have to say that Mother Brain with this much energy can be a little nerve-wracking because he can't take that much damage and withstand the rainbow beam. Though with charge plasma, that makes it a little easier. But Beans is taking the save, which we know is a good choice because he is pretty far ahead right now.
Yeah, Colteor's really struggling here with that. Made it through. I think they're heading back to... I'm not sure, this wasn't the way to gravity, right? This was the way to a dead end.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
this
right.
was by Ridley. Yeah, Ridley's up there guarding the map.
Yes, we thought that the ship was going to be over here past the mini crate room, but turned out to be nothing much. Beans with a nice Zeb skip there.
Gotta be careful with the health. But Beans also doesn't have ship info, but having explored quite a bit of criteria, I think he probably knows where to go.
All right, Beans, let's just not take some onion rings or ketchup.
Colteor about to find Ridley.
All right, it's time for everyone's favorite game. How long do we think this escape is going to be? I'm thinking to myself, this is probably going to be a pretty long one. What do you think, NN?
2 minutes, give or take.
I'm going to say 240.
240. I got it. Tillamore raiding the channel, welcome in. Just in time for the end of game 2.
Edible Toaster, I feel like you're just underbidding me to win in classic Price is Right style. Oh, 225.
Yeah, no ship info yet, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am curious where it's going to be up there.
I think it's going to be through the gauntlet area, right? And off single chamber.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. I'm curious, yeah, how much time we're going to have when we come up there. If there's a lot of time left when we get to Criteria, who knows? It could wrap around from Ridley. That would be surprising.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it might be up the top way out of the way.
Yes, Thorcus, very nice guess with the 220. Almost nailed it. You win our prize for this round. Oh, Colteor.
You're losing that super to a death. This is just one of those map layers that doesn't lend itself well to not having gravity suit. And it's in a tricky location.
Yeah, that's right. The Leodox room can be tricky. I just I started playing these Super Metroids during the arcade craze.
Right.
So I got so much practice with the Leodox room.
Yeah, that room comes up all the while, right? Right, here we go into criteria.
It is really impressive, I think, how quickly everything opened up when Beans got that gravity. I mean, that's what can happen with no objective.
Yeah, it's very weird seed. It could be straight left.
Colteor here.
Sorry,
Colteor here might.
Yeah, go for it.
My apologies. And,
No, go for it.
I was just going to say that Colteor might feel really far behind and didn't have a chance. But if you remember, when they were both going over to gravity, they were synced up until the Leodox room. So Colteor was right there, along with Beans.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, it wasn't until, what, 15 minutes ago that we had any progression on this seed? Oh,
Oh,
the
there
ship
is
is
the
to
ship.
Ridley.
GG. Let's hit Cruelbeans with the GG in chat.
Beans with a 1
Uh,
hour, 45 seconds finish time. That means we won't get a game 3, 2-0. We should be joined by the runners very soon.
Hello, hello.
Mr.
And
Beans.
there's Beans.
Hey guys.
GG.
Thank you, thank you.
dude.
That was brutal.
That second seed. Oh,
Yeah. I can't believe I went to Mother Brain and I was like, oh crap, I don't have Varia. Turn around.
I was talking about how you did that in your previous match.
Yep.
And then you did it in the game.
Did it again.
There's Colteor also joining us right now. GG's.
GG's, welcome.
GG's Colteor.
And what a brutal seed that last one was. Oh my god.
It was a nasty one. You two were actually synced up for a little while over in the Leodoc's room.
Oh really?
Yep, right. And just after that was actually Gravity, Colteor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Gravity and Varia were to the left.
Yeah, of course they were.
Yep, same. I went to Mother Brain with Gravity. I was like, oh crap, I don't have Varia, and I had to turn back around. I was like, please be Varia over there, please.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So great races. I wanted to ask you about the first game. There was a big divergence early when I think that Beans went over to Brinstar and Colteor went over to Wrecked Ship. So how did that first match go for both of you?
You can go ahead, Colteor. You go first.
Right. I felt like I routed the first match pretty well. I found Ridley early, so I knew where that was, and I ended up finding every other map, so I knew Fantoon was also up with Ridley and Wrecked Ship. So I had that going for me.
That first match, I spent forever trying to find Gravity and Speed. Forever. And then I finally found Gravity because I came back and I looked to the far left and there was some major I missed. And that led me to the Sand Pits, which led me to Speed, which unlocked Brinstar and all that stuff. But I would thankfully I went down to Torian. I think I found Bari. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, I didn't. I did.
It was an interesting seed because, Colteor, you found yourself over on one side of Norfair, which then it made sense to go over Direct Ship, and then Beans, you went searching for items over on the other side of Norfair, so it made sense to go over to Brinstar. So it made a lot of sense, both of your decisions, but Brinstar just turned out to be a better play.
Yeah. And I found Brinstar was locked by Speed. I'm pretty sure Brinstar was locked by Speed. And that stupid Metroid room that killed me, almost. No, they did kill me.
Friggin' Metroids.
Yep.
Yeah. I was really
ahead.
banking there on there not being anything useful in Brinstar, because I went the exact opposite way right away.
I went to the Metroids first to go up. I was like, I can kill him. And then they latched onto me and just annihilated me.
I either died once there, or I went there, left, came back 2 minutes later.
Yeah, I think Colteor, you ended up killing the Metroids with a bunch of power bombs.
Yes, I did.
I went and found ice and killed him that way.
And I think Ridley was behind that. Or something.
Yeah, in that first race, Colteor, I have to say, I thought you routed it well for the route that you chose. It's just that you didn't know that over in Brinstar there was I think Fantoon was over there, as well as some of the needed items like Speed.
Yeah.
It only just now hit me. Fantoon could have been in Brinstar. Yeah. Yeah, Speed would have been absolutely massive, because I had to spend about like 10 minutes after I killed Dragon, searching for a major to pass the Batoon hallway.
I'm pretty sure Speed was in Sandpits, right? Yeah, Speed and Wave were in Sandpits.
Speed and Wave, yeah.
Yeah.
I
never
think
even
Speed
thought.
was in the exact same place in both seeds.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Speed was that sand pit that I fell
Mhm.
past.
Yep.
I did the same thing. I fell to the right.
Yeah.
You went in the wrong hole, dude.
I did.
I went in there with nothing but spring ball, thinking, can you spring ball out of sand? And you cannot, in fact.
And even if you could, you'd have to try to break through without high jump boots, and break free without high jump boots, which, ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, just to transition over to the second map, let me just ask Colteor, you got to choose the second category, and we haven't seen a lot of no objectives, so I'm curious, what was your thought process in picking no objective?
It's the format I've played the most, for sure, in my own time practicing. And I guess some of it is, I do think I'm going against the better player, and I think no objectives does somewhat favor the worst player.
Yeah, it's a good pick because I do not like no objectives. I hate it.
I think I noticed you banned it once or twice in your prior matches as well, and that definitely played into it.
Yeah, good. That was a good call on that one.
I'm here taking some notes, Beans, on the next round match that you have. But let me talk about the second seed then. Gosh, that was pretty nasty. Let me just hear from each of you. You know, what was your thought process in that seed? What were you knocking up against? What horrible surprises did you find?
Beans, you want to go first? Been talking a lot.
Yeah, that seed was so bad. It was. I routed it completely wrong. I went down to criteria and was searching criteria, and I came back up and I realized I missed a major to the left. No, I missed the two majors to the left, and I went and got them and was gravity. I don't think I'm getting seed bleed, but both of them are pretty bad.
Did you go through the wasteland entrance to criteria?
I did not. I don't think I did. I never found wastelands.
Dude, where are these mages you're talking about? Because I was about to leave criteria for the third time after
So
seeing
the
them there.
Gravity and Vari were behind Mother Brain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were behind Mother Brain to the left. That seed, just both of them sucked, and I'm getting seed bleed on both. I'm super tired. I haven't slept in like 14 hours.
Man.
Or not,
That's
sorry, 24
understandable.
hours. 24 hours, not 14 hours. 24 hours.
Okay. Damn.
If I remembered correctly, I think that the gravity was over, oh gosh, in the far west side of Norfair, was that right? And then Varia was down in Turian.
No, Varia and Gravity in the second seed were right next to each other. One was up, one was down.
Okay. Well, early on, when you guys got ice, my first thought, because Beans, you had been up in Brinstar, and at the top of Climb was Metroid Room 4. So when you got ice, my first thought was, oh, head over to Brinstar and try that out. And NN had said, oh, they should go down to Turian, and it turned out that everything was in Turian there.
Yeah, because I went up the Metroid Room thinking that ice would be a good play for that, and I killed him. And then I think I don't know what I found. I didn't find much up there. I think we found Ridley up there.
There was the Chorus Shaft up there as well.
Oh yeah, Dekorshev. Yeah, we were the speed lock to the right.
Yep.
And then on the other side was Main Street, and there
that's what it
wasn't
was.
much to do there. Blue hoppers at the bottom of that. It was pretty nasty up there.
I was shocked I got
just,
that.
Leaving Brinstar because I ran into Blue Hoppers and a Hell Run, and I'm like, I don't have the energy for this. Oh, and Decora's as well. And I'm like,
You
yeah,
actually made the skip Beans through
the hoppers.
That was nice.
I was trying to lure them in. I've been practicing that skip, and I thought I got hit, but I'm glad I got the skip.
It's not easy.
That was nice, but you were not rewarded. There's nothing up there in
No.
Bridstar. Yeah.
Nope.
Jeez.
Well,
I'll be
GG's.
I'll be curious to look at their logic, the spoiler log on that last one.
Yeah,
Just
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna unlock that actually. So there
No
might be-
objectives is such a hard one to do because it's the logic on those that is tough. Just like Gravity 9+1, the logic is really tough.
Yeah. The logic is tough, but usually I find there's enough ways to go that you can kind of pick one path and you'll get something. But here, there was a lot of ways to go, but they either had nothing or were all insanely difficult and didn't have a save. I think that was my
no
downfall,
objectives
the
team.
second seed.
In the first one, the Gravity 9+1, it puts so many more hell runs into play, and sometimes it's hard to know whether to take them or not. And Beans, I think you took some hell runs early to get over to Speed and then over to Brinstar, and just turned out to work out well for you.
Yeah, I decided like with the one tank plus the 2 reserves that we had. Nothing was just no tanks plus 2 reserves. I figured we can make that hell run, so I went for it, and I got rewarded with speed over there.
Absolutely. Well, this was a first round bronze bracket match between Beans and Colteor. So Colteor has been knocked out of the bronze bracket, and Cruelbeans will move on to the next round, where playing someone I think called Chozo Bozo, and we'll see about that. Any last thoughts from you two?
Just wanted to say thanks again to the hosts for hosting this tournament and to the general community. I've only actually been racing these for a few weeks, but this is a great community. Really happy to be here in the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. GG's, man. This community is amazing, and I'm gonna get my butt kicked by you, Chozo, next.
I don't know. You showed some pretty sweet skills there in these 2 matches, so it'll be a great match. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to do comms and scout my next round opponent.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it.
Right on.
Hey, thanks so much, and make sure to give our runners a follow. The !R is not coming up correctly, but you can find Cruelbeans and Colteor. Give them a follow when you have a chance. And thanks to both of our runners, GG's. And I think we're going to sign off on this Map Rando multi-category tournament race.
Right on.